everyone always prepares you that whenever you're going through a divorce, losing your husband or wife, you go through a grieving process, grieving for the loss of your marriage, the loss of your hopes and dreams together. But one thing that they really don't prepare you for is the loss of a friend, the loss of your best friend, the person that you always wanted to tell your day and to tell, your small wins and your small victories. And I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for feeling that way, even when you're not together and haven't been together. Just having that desire to have them as a friend again.
So, here's this. These are the papers for divorce. And it's very sad. I don't understand how 8 years of trying my best to love somebody and fight for them and put up with so much abuse can just be wiped out with little papers. It's not easy. And as much as I know that this needs to happen, it still hurts. Because I never wanted this. I actually did love him. And I know how can you love somebody that does those things to you? I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe I see brokenness in people, and I know that we can all be better people and heal if we want to. I'm sad. It's this. This is the dreams that I had for us as a family and as husband and wife, and these little pieces of paper, little flimsy pieces of paper, can break and end something that's so strong in somebody's heart. It's hard. I'll get through, but I'm sharing my journey with you guys, every part of it. Just so you know that you're not alone, and you guys make me feel not alone.
Will Smith, Ben Affleck, Dwayne Johnson, Channing Tatum, Orlando Bloom, Chris Pratt, Ashton Kutcher, Brad Pitt, Tiger Woods, Johnny Depp, Tom Cruise, Mel Gibson, Michael Jordan. These men are some of the most wealthy, attractive, ambitious, and successful men you will ever find. But what's one thing they all have in common? Every single one of them has been dragged through the divorce courts by a wife who didn't appreciate him. If any man out there believes that he's safe from the divorce hammer, he's absolutely wrong. No matter how handsome you are or how much money you have or how good you are in bed, a modern woman will happily turn around one day, even after 10 years of marriage, and say it's over. Suddenly, she wants to take half of your money, the house, the cars, the kids, and the dog. And 90% of the time, she'll get it all. Why? Because according to this society, women deserve everything and men deserve nothing. It doesn't matter that men's rights activists have been making solid arguments now for decades. The divorce courts have simply not changed enough. Because as I keep saying on this channel, society does not care about the suffering of a man. Before we go any further with the video, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to The Night Watch, who shared, "I know a few very lovely conservative ladies in their 40s and even 60s. No tattoos, clean living, not smoking and drinking, working out, and still looking great. Of course, they are married and have children with good men, my friends. Seems like if you live right, the wall doesn't smack you in the head right away. You have the tools to avoid some of the damage. These woke chicks, on the other hand, they destroy themselves before they even reach the wall. Now ain't that a fact? And they complain when they do it to themselves. So please, don't forget to reach out to my email to claim your $5. As always guys, I'll pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most liked, or one that really moved me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you may be our next winner. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons too, as it helps out the channel a ton. So now, back to the video.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow.
Women have always been the most privileged gender in our society. Don't listen to what the feminists tell you. Women have had it easy compared to men in this society, and that's been the case since the dawn of time. Then why is it that even when women have absolutely everything at their disposal, it still isn't enough? This is what describes the state of modern marriage. If you're a man who provides for his wife and takes care of the bills, that's not enough. If you keep in great shape, it's not enough. If you put effort into satisfying her in the bedroom, it's not enough. In fact, it doesn't seem to matter what you do or what you bring to the table. It will never be enough for modern women. Divorce is never far away. And as we just spoke about, it doesn't matter if you're the highest value man in society. You can be a rock star or a Hollywood celebrity and she'll still leave you for some arbitrary reason, but it rarely goes well for her.
Is there anyone out there in TikTok land that can tell me what you're supposed to do with your life when you've been in a relationship for 20 plus years with the same person? You have children, you have, built a life together, and then all of a sudden that life is no longer. What are you supposed to do with your life? Like, I work, I'm a registered nurse, I have a career, I guess. I have hobbies, I have, I don't know, a house. I have all the things that I guess you need to live the life, but I don't know how. I don't, do you date other people? Do you sort of, I just don't know. I want to focus on myself. I want to be happy. I want to heal from this whole process that I've been in. But I also want to live life. I also want to have fun. I don't want it to be all about being miserable and feeling sad and just going through the motions of life because my relationship, my marriage broke down. I just don't want to do that anymore. I want to be happy. I want to move on, and I want to just find joy in life again.
Something deep in a woman's psyche or even her biology compels her to constantly look for an upgrade, even if that is a truly terrible decision by all metrics. The divorce rate is rapidly increasing, as well as the rates of single motherhood, but that's the thing about reality. Eventually, it will hold you accountable to your decisions, no matter how you try to weasel your way out of it. That's exactly what's been happening recently. All over social media, we've been seeing a trend emerge. Women who were once fully self-righteous about their decision to leave their husbands only to immediately regret their decision when the dust settles. The truth is, women are regretting divorcing their husbands. A study was conducted and it was revealed that at least 50% of people that chose to divorce regretted that decision once the dust has settled. Now, before the feminists say that this statistic includes men, here is another statistic to remember. 80% of divorces are initiated by the woman. So by that statistic alone, we can see that half of all people who divorce their partners regret it, but 80% of those people are women. The thing that's so crazy about all of this is that modern women seem to be completely blind to the destruction that divorce causes both in society and within the family. The foundation of a healthy society is a healthy family. If every family were to fall apart because of the whims and impulses of a woman, society would collapse within 2 generations. We know this because the statistics show that children from divorced parents do significantly worse and are at the risk of significantly more difficulties throughout their lives. That doesn't stop women from divorcing a man and regretting it later.
So I saw a comment, I deleted it, but I need to respond to it. Someone asked to hear my husband's side. So let me tell you, my husband's side. Well, he loved me and gave me everything he had, and did everything in the world for me. And you know what? I have to tell you though, actually, to his credit, he did do so much for me. Except show me love and respect and attention and hold me and kiss me and look at me and communicate with me and try to have conflict resolution ever. He did everything in the world that money could do or he could physically do, but emotionally, he's been gone since month 2. and I happen to be pregnant. So there's that. And that's very typical of the personality type I'm dealing with.
The typical divorce ends up with the woman as having sole custody over the children, but this is a terrible idea in almost every aspect. Why? Because we know from the research that children from single mothers do significantly worse in life than children from single fathers. This data is widely known and has been collected over the past 30 years, but it's been completely buried because it directly challenges this woke society's feminist status quo. A status quo that categorically declares that men are unnecessary, toxic, and not needed. The feminists say that a woman can do anything a man can, only better. But if the feminists were interested in the truth instead of ideology, they would realize that men are needed for a countless number of reasons, fatherhood being the most obvious. So, if divorce causes this many problems, why do women decide to divorce their husbands? As it turns out, the majority of the reasons that women leave their husbands are simply not good enough. They're based on emotional reasoning and usually are the result of poor impulse control or a naive worldview. Feminist conditioning in a nutshell. A lot of women leave their husbands because they want the freedom to have fun with other men without any accountability. The irony is that most women want the benefits of marriage without the responsibility and sacrifice. These same women will then wonder why men don't want to marry them. Women might get to a certain stage in their lives and start fantasizing about the chads that they hooked up with in the earlier years. Suddenly, they start wanting that fantasy to become a reality. That's when they decide to leave their husband and explore the dating market with disastrous consequences. Another, more insidious and toxic reason why many women choose to leave their husbands is because they falsely claim to be the victims of abuse or harassment by their partners. This is destructive because it damages the credibility of genuine victims of abuse while completely ruining the reputation of a man who may have spent an entire career building it. Marriage is a rigged game, and I'm not making this up. This is what divorce court lawyers know.
I do divorces for people that, a woman walks out with $200-300 million. He was an analyst at Goldman Sachs who built a hedge fund and then sold it, and then used his trading algorithm to build it up to $500 million. She was hot and slept with him for a while and then stopped and started sleeping with other people and playing tennis and having Botox, and she's going to get half. Like, that's incredible. Like, do you know what he had to do to get that? And what she had to, I'll f that guy for $200 million. Are you kidding me? Like, that's insane. That's incredible.
Hollywood and Disney have completely poisoned the minds of modern women by convincing them that a relationship needs to be this fairy tale fantasy where nothing goes wrong and they live happily ever after. This has set an entire generation of women up for complete failure. This conditioning has made women completely intolerant of entirely normal challenges within a relationship and a marriage. Especially with modern social media and dating apps, it's never been easier for women to cherry pick faults with their husband, blow them out of proportion, and convince herself that the only option is to look for another man. And that's exactly what many women choose to do, but they later come to regret it. Take a look at this story from Reddit, where a man describes the regret his ex-wife feels. "We divorced a year ago, and it destroyed me. After 12 years and 2 kids together, she cheated with a coworker, left me for him. Everyone told me that she would regret what she was doing, but she was so cold and sure that I was the one who ended up filing. After the divorce, she bought a small house and the guy lives with her. My kids live with this man for half their lives. I really try not to think about it too much, but it sucks. I have a girlfriend I met soon after the divorce and we've fallen in love, so I stopped thinking about the ex very much. Then, a few days ago, I get a call from her, which is strange because we barely talk. She was asking if I was happy, saying that she has no family or support network here. She's unhappy. She missed us being a family. She asked if she would ever have a chance with me again. I would have given anything to hear those words last winter. I wanted so badly to save my family, but I've moved on and I'm never going back. I told her no. I told her that I would always be there to help with the kids. It hurts to know she's suffering, to know she completely messed up her life for this asshole, but I'm done. The hardest thing to let go of is wanting to take care of her, and even now I just want her to be okay." This is precisely how we know that she screwed up. This guy is clearly a great man. Even after everything he's been through, he still has the capacity to care about her. You might call him a simp, but that's not what I call him. He's established a boundary and he's not taking her back, no matter how many regrets she throws in his face. What kind of woman spends 12 years with a man and has 2 kids only to cheat with a coworker? Unfortunately, too many women, because it's an established fact at this point that women cheat far more often than men do. They're just better at hiding it. It's easy to glide under the radar and cheat behind your partner's back in a society that paints men as pigs and women as angels. Nobody suspects a thing from you as a woman. Reality hits hard for a woman after she goes through the divorce and all the dust settles. Many women are faced with the consequences of their decisions. Realize that they have absolutely no money. They have effectively abandoned the only people who care the most about them in the world. They now have to face the cold hard reality of the world outside of the provision that her husband used to give her. This is not a small pill to swallow.
So, day 1 after filing. And I feel so sad. I know I'm going to go through different emotions, but right now I feel sad. I think the last time I felt a pain like this was when my mom died. And in a way, this is a death of hope. And I look around and I see, I just want to scream. Like, I see the Christmas trees that I put up and all this beautiful home and all my dreams I had for us. I just want to scream. I just want to like run away. I don't want to see any of this. It hurts, you know? I don't want to see it. I know that this is going to be a process for me, ups and downs, and I'm sure, you know, y'all are probably like, Corey, smile, like, get over it, you know, but this is my page to heal and to be brutally honest about every piece of this journey.
She was under the misguided impression that she was going to stroll out of the marriage and into the dating market only to hook up with a sexy millionaire Chad. But in reality, she's in her mid-30s, out of shape with a face full of wrinkles and a head full of feminist BS. Why would any high-value man dream of hating her? This is exactly the kind of naive worldview that feminism programs women with. Feminism renders women incapable of having empathy for a man. That's fine when you're leading a propaganda campaign. The problems occur when women actually need to find a partner. To be attractive to men, it helps to know what men want. But modern women have absolutely no idea what men want. They think that high-value chads are attracted to older women, which, for the most part, is absolutely not the case. So now she finds herself single, broke, and alone. This is a miserable existence, and she created it for herself. This is why so many women beg for the forgiveness of their ex-husbands and come crawling back years later. But by this point, most men might realize that her leaving was a weight being lifted from his shoulders. You see, this is one of the key differences between men and women. Men value freedom and peace. Aside from the devastating effects of the court system and paying alimony, a lot of men actually find a kind of peace after the divorce. This makes women extremely angry because the best form of revenge when a woman leaves is not to start dating somebody else. That's the kind of tactic that women use. The best kind of revenge is to live a great life and be the happiest version of yourself you can. When your ex-wife sees you living your best life, in great shape with a boatload of cash, she'll absolutely hate it. But the entire time, you will be smiling your ass off, and don't be surprised if she comes crawling back after a while. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.